What's going on, everybody? My name is Michael Weer, and we are back with another Black Friday, which means we are talking about Blu-rays and 4Ks yet again. It looks like I'm outside of Lynn's Furniture, but it's Disc Replay. It's right over there. It's just not open yet. I've got about 15 minutes till they open their doors, and they have another buy one, get one sale, which is a fantastic deal, because Disc Replay usually has pretty good prices anyway, like $3 to $4 for a Blu-ray. Sometimes 4Ks can get up to $10, but it's better quality for your eyes, so it's fine. But they're doing a buy one, get one sale on the normal prices, so it's that much sweeter of a deal. I'm excited about this deal. I'm excited about going into Disc Replay anyway, but I'm excited for Black Friday Disc Replay. I already did some other Black Friday shopping. I bought 4 4K movies online, I think on Best Buy, because they had just fantastic deals. I'll show you guys those later at the end of this video. We will go through everything that I find. But yeah, happy Black Friday. If you went out and you found 4Ks or Blu-rays or anything like that, we'll put that in the comment section down below. Let me know what you got. Now, when they open, I'm going to go in, I'm going to search, I'm going to hunt, I'm going to find some Blu-rays, and then the next time you see my face, we'll be back at my house talking about the different 4Ks and Blu-rays that I found. There you go. And so, guys, it is time to talk about Black Friday Blu-ray sales. And I'm sorry that this video is releasing a couple days late. I did want to get it done before December because I do have a lot of content planned for December, so I wanted to make sure I got this out. But when Black Friday happened, I had a great time hunting for Blu-rays. We'll talk about those in a minute, and it was awesome. But then I got real sick and like throwing up. I don't throw up often, and so I got real sick for about 24 hours, and then my wife got the flu, and she was sick for the last like 5 days, and it's been chaos in my house. But I finally have time to sit down and talk about my Blu-rays and then edit this. And all of that takes a lot of time. Like, for instance, if this video is like 10 to 20 minutes long, well, then it probably took about an hour plus to both shoot this video and then edit this video. There's a lot that goes into it behind the scenes. It's not just my magic face sitting here. So, okay. Let's talk about Blu-rays and 4Ks. But before we can get into my Blu-rays from Black Friday, we have to talk about some Blu-rays that I got before Black Friday. I tried to separate these out because I didn't want them mixed in. I've made some TikToks on these as well, so you may have seen some of these if you follow me on TikTok. But if you don't follow me on TikTok, you should. But let's jump into some Blu-rays that I found before Black Friday. And the first one is Detective Pikachu. Now, I never saw this movie, never really had interest in this movie, but my son recently has become a huge Pokemon fan and loves everything Pokemon. So we bought this, we watched it, and I thought it was okay. You know, it's one of those movies where it's like, oh, well, you know, that's cute. Kids movie. But Detective Pikachu. Moving on, guys, we have the Scary Movie collection. Picked this up around my birthday. I think it was like a birthday gift to myself. I've never owned the Scary Movies, and the first 3 are the only good ones. On Halloween night, actually, we watched Scary Movie 2. Me, my wife, some friends, some family. We watched Scary Movie 2. It does not hold up the way that I hoped it would. But next year will be Scary Movie 3. So to all of you who may be watching this video, who were at my house for Halloween, and we watched Scary Movie 2, and then we watched It Follows, we will be watching Scary Movie 3 next year, and then another artistic movie. Yeah, that's what I like to do on Halloween. Okay, moving on, guys, we have Piranha Double D. I was so happy to have this copy. I love the original Piranha, and then they came out with Piranha Double D. Like, the first one's Piranha 3D. So then they were like, it'll be Piranha Double D. The tagline says double the D's. Moving on. We have Ghostbusters Afterlife. I picked this up because it was on like super sale. This Blu-ray has been like $30 at my Best Buy, Target, Walmart, wherever it's at. It has not come down in price. And then on my birthday, I went to Best Buy just to see what kind of deals they had. And they had this for like $12. So I picked it up. It was a very good pickup. I liked this movie a lot when it came out. And I'm looking forward to the sequel that's supposedly happening end of next year. I hope so. And then the last one in the movies before Black Friday would be the movie Vengeance. It is another one I picked up on my birthday. I paid close to full price for this, but I needed to watch it again. This movie is one of the best movies of 2022. Now, we're going to get into my best movies of 2022 later on next month, so watch out for that video. But this will be on there. Vengeance is everything I want out of a movie. It really was. And it's not an action movie. You know, with a title like Vengeance, I don't want to mislead you, but it is a damn good movie, a well-told story, and I believed in the character's overall arc in the story. I did a review on it. You can go check that out. But yeah, Vengeance. Okay, with that said, guys, let's get into my Black Friday deals. And here's the thing with my Black Friday deals. Because Disc Replay had the buy one, get one feature, I picked up movies that I wouldn't necessarily pick up on a normal basis at full price. Even though full price at discrete play is like $3 or $4, I still picked up movies that I wouldn't normally pick up because buy one, get one. Like, I want them for my collection, but it's like, I'm not willing to really pay $4 for it. So with that said, let's get into those movies first, and then we'll get into the ones that I was super excited to find on Black Friday. There's a lot of transitions here. You'll get used to it. Moving on, guys, we have In Time. In Time is a movie starring Justin Timberlake. It's a movie I had on DVD, and for a while it was just like, okay, well, I like this movie. Cillian Murphy is in it as well. Cillian Murphy? Cillian Murphy? I've heard it both ways. Tell me in the comment section what it's supposed to be. But In Time, Cillian Murphy is a detective who's chasing Justin Timberlake, who has too much time. They think he stole the time, but he didn't. Anyway, it's a really good movie. It's actually a really good movie. So this is just one of those that I've never seen on Blu-ray before, and I picked it up. But again, it's also one of those that it's like, would I have picked this up normally if I saw it for $4? Maybe, maybe not. Okay, next up, guys, we have A Beautiful Mind. Now, A Beautiful Mind is a movie with Russell Crowe that I've seen like 45 minutes of. So I do want to finish it. I do need to finish it. But it's just one of those movies I've never finished. I think I watched it on like HBO when I had cable package a long time ago. I watched like half of it, and then I was like, oh, I'll get back to that one day. Never did. So I found it, and I was like, well, this is the best time to pick it up. So I picked up A Beautiful Mind, and I will find time to watch it at some point. Next up, guys, we have a movie that I would only have picked up if I could get it for free. That's how I justified this pickup, and that is X-Men Dark Phoenix. This is a garbage trash movie, but I kind of needed it to fill out my collection. Plus, you know how it goes. 10 years from now, we're going to look at movies a little differently. So will I judge this as harshly?
Perhaps I treated you too harshly.
Maybe. Probably. But maybe not. So I picked it up. It was free. X-Men Dark Phoenix. Moving on, guys, we have the movie Black Mass. This isn't Johnny Depp's best movie, but it's a cool gangster movie, and I don't think it's one that my wife has watched yet, so I picked it up. Next up, guys, we have Gone, Baby Gone. Now, I have not seen this, but I have been shocked at how great Casey Affleck is. I recently watched Ghost. I watched Manchester by the Sea. Both those movies blew me away. Casey Affleck is such a fantastic actor. So Gone Baby Gone is Ben Affleck's directorial debut, and it is Casey Affleck in the starring role. So I want to watch it. So I haven't seen it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Next up, guys, we have a movie. This is another one like X-Men that I would not have gotten unless I knew it was free. And that is Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. When they were deciding which movies were free and which ones weren't, I almost asked for this to be one of the free ones, just so I could talk about it later. Like, Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull is not a good movie. I am not really looking forward to the Indiana Jones 6? No, 5? Yeah, 5. I don't know where I'm at, but Indiana Jones 5 next year. Like, I'll go see it. But a guy that's 90 plus years old running around like Indiana, it doesn't hit the same. Like, I love the original Indiana Jones movies, don't get me wrong. There was a clear, like, difference. It was, 30 years later. We got the Indiana riding off into the sunset in part 3. We didn't need this, but we got it. Fun fact, it is one of the first movies I saw in theaters, though, when I started going to see movies as a teenager by myself. So, okay, next up, guys, we have World's End. Now, I picked this up because this is a trilogy of movies. You've got Shaun of the Dead. You've got my favorite in this trilogy of movies with these actors, and that is Hot Fuzz. And then you've got World's End. World's End is okay. Again, it was free. Next up, guys, we have the movie 1917. Now, I never saw this. I know it got nominated and probably won a bunch of awards, but I never actually saw 1917. So, again, it was free. Picked it up. Okay. Then I picked up Castaway. Listen, Wilson, I can't do it. The point is, it's Castaway. So I had to have it on my shelf. Will I ever actually pull this off the shelf and watch it unless I'm under duress from my wife? Probably not. But, it's on my shelf now. So we like putting things on our shelves because it reminds us of other things. Next up, guys, we have Dumb and Dumber and The Mask. Now, I don't normally buy double features, but I've never seen The Mask on Blu-ray, and I wanted it. Dumb and Dumber, I've never been a huge fan of. I'll be completely honest. The original Dumb and Dumber is okay, but I love Jim Carrey's The Mask. I absolutely love it. So I saw it on Blu-ray. I had to have it. Okay, guys, those are the movies that I decided were the free ones that I got from my Black Friday buy one, get one trip. And now I'm going to get into the ones that I was excited to find on my Black Friday trip. Let's do it. So first up, guys, we have The Waterboy. Now, The Waterboy is one of the Adam Sandler movies. I made a vow to myself after Adam Sandler came out with Uncut Gems. I said, if I can find an Adam Sandler movie on Blu-ray, I'm going to buy it. Now, I'm not talking about his newer stuff like Jack and Jill and those garbage movies he made, the grown-up movies. I'm talking about, like, classic Sandler. I had a bunch on DVD, but I was like, if I can upgrade to Blu-ray, I will be doing that. I found a bunch. We're going to get into them. Waterboy's one of them. I love this movie. Next up, guys, we have Anger Management. That's another Adam Sandler movie. Jack Nicholson is just fantastic in this movie. Of course, Adam Sandler is hilarious. It's just that time when Sandler had his finger on the trigger of comedy and he knew what he was doing with it. Like, it was so good. He wasn't treating all his movies like vacations like he ended up doing later on. And I think he's getting away from that. He's getting to more dramatic stuff, and I appreciate that dramatic stuff. But from a time when he was the pinnacle of comedy, in my opinion, Anger Management is toward the top of the pile. Next up, guys, we have Dane Cook in Employee of the Month. This was a upgrade from DVD to Blu-ray. I've always liked the movie, and I've never had it on Blu-ray, so I really wanted it. I saw it. I took it. That's how Black Friday works. Moving on, guys, we have another Adam Sandler movie. This is probably one of his last more modern movies that I absolutely adored, and that was Chuck and Larry. I love everything about this movie. To find it on Blu-ray was so cool because I've had this on DVD my whole life. Like, ever since I was a teenager, I've had the DVD copy of Chuck and Larry. But now, I remember the first time I saw Chuck and Larry was actually on a burned disc from a friend. And then I was like, oh, I need this. And so I went to the library and I rented it. Then I just kept it because it's the library. What are you going to do? What are you going to send me a bill? Right in the trash. Anyway, I've had it on DVD forever. I finally upgraded to Blu-ray. And I just can't wait to watch this again. It's such a funny movie. All right, next, guys, we're going to take a turn from the comedy to horror in a movie that I think is genuinely terrifying. And if I saw this figure in my house, it would terrify me. I work a lot of overnights, so when I walk downstairs, sometimes I think about The Woman in Black. Yeah, this movie is terrifying, and The Woman in Black is a perfect sort of monster ghost. It's one of those things where it just creeps me out to watch what she does with the children in this movie. And Daniel Radcliffe, in my opinion, one of the only times in his career is not Harry Potter. Like, he just does a great job being the character. Like, you believe him as the character that he is. Most of the time, he's like, oh, and also I'm magic. I'm like, why do you keep getting cast in roles of magic, buddy? Like, you got to find something else. Okay, moving on, guys, we have Ghost Rider, Nicolas Cage. Yeah, I had Ghost Rider Vengeance, the Spirit of Vengeance movie. I didn't have the original. And that's another actor that I'm like, I need every one of his movies on Blu-ray as I find them. So Ghost Rider, I have it now. It's a fun movie. He's eating like jelly beans the whole time, right? That was a weird artistic choice. Now, before we get into any more of my Blu-rays, I have to stop and take a drink of Pure Leaf Tea. Pure Leaf Tea. They don't sponsor me, but they should. Moving on, guys, we have the movie Drive. Drive is a fantastic movie starring Ryan Gosling. It shows that Ryan Gosling can be in movies where it's a very slow burn, but when the action happens, oh my God, is it fantastic. A lot of this movie is a very slow-going movie, but it is a great movie to sit down and just enjoy. If you've got time, like, you can't pause this movie, walk away from it, you will not come back to it. But if you have time to sit down and watch Drive, it's an excellent movie. It's not Fast and Furious, though. I went into it the first time thinking, oh, this is going to be like Fast and Furious. It's not. It's not. But when he goes off in this movie, it's damn good. So, Drive. Moving on, guys, we have the movie The Magnificent Seven. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen this movie. I saw it in theaters, and then I just haven't rewatched it. But I remember Chris Pratt being fun. I remember Denzel Washington being fun. And I might have mispronounced Chris Pratt's name. It's like, I can't even talk. I'm leaving this in. Magnificent Seven. I don't think I'm having a stroke, but I might be. Next up, guys, we have Born on the 4th of July. Now, Born on the 4th of July is a movie where Tom Cruise is a soldier in Vietnam and then loses his legs. Yeah. Well, he doesn't, like, I don't think his legs get blown off. He's a cripple. Okay, the point I'm making here is that he realizes the dangers of war and becomes a protester. I saw this a long time ago. Hold on. Tom Cruise delivers a riveting and unforgettable portrayal of a Vietnam vet. Yeah, I was right. It's that movie. I picked it up. It's Tom Cruise. It's Tom. He's one of the best actors that's ever lived, ever. Okay, moving on, guys. We have the movie Click. This is another Adam Sandler movie. It's a fantastic Adam Sandler movie. It's not his best comedy, but again, it's toward that tail end where, like, early 2000s where he started to turn his comedy into just nonsense, like actual nonsense. But before he did that, he did Click, and it's a really fun time. It's got a nice little lesson to it, too. Don't skip out on the little things. Things you think are the little things, they're not the little things. Those are the most important things. I like that lesson. Moving on, guys, we have the movie A History of Violence. Viggo Mortensen was Aragorn, and he was fantastic in that role. And then he did a couple other movies in that time frame, and one of them that he did was A History of Violence. Ed Harris is in this movie, I think, is the villain, and it's just an excellent, badass action movie, A History of Violence. If you haven't seen it, you need to check it out. Next up, guys, is 3 movies I haven't watched since I was really young, and that is Rush Hour. I found the collection. Again, I don't do collections very often, but I don't remember loving these movies, but I was like, well, you know what? It's not Shanghai Noon or Shanghai Nights. So they are better in that regard. So the Rush Hour collection on Blu-ray. Moving on, guys, it's a movie that I looked for a couple of weeks ago because my wife had a school project on this movie and she needed to watch this movie and do a paper on this movie, but I couldn't find it anywhere. And then I was like, well, we'll just get it on Amazon Prime. And I hate buying stuff on Amazon Prime because you still pay the same price that you would for a Blu-ray and whatever. I watched it and I was blown away. I couldn't believe how great this movie was, and that is 12 Years a Slave. This movie is a heartbreaking story about a true story about a man who was taken into slavery. It is horrible to watch. Like, it is a horrendous movie to watch the events unfold, but the way it's done, Chiwetel Ejiofor is a fantastic actor, and the way this movie just portrays how horrible those events were, you feel for those characters and you reflect. It's a very good movie. I found this movie at Disc Replay for a Black Friday sale, but what was really cool was it was still sealed. So I got like a brand new copy of 12 Years a Slave. So in the end, I win, is the point I made there. That was a really long explanation. It's a good movie though. Moving on, guys, we have a movie that I just love. This is The Edge of 17. Now, this is like Perks of Being a Wallflower for me. If I'm in a mood where I just want to feel things, I watch The Edge of 17 or I watch Perks of Being a Wallflower. Both of those movies, just like, they're decent movies that I think every teenager should probably watch, every young adult should watch. And when I'm in that mood and I'm like, you know what? I might be 32, but I'm feeling The Edge of 17 right now. That sounded weird. I might need to call a lawyer after this. Moving on, guys, we have TV shows. Now, I picked up, I stopped really buying TV shows and just everything streams. I'll be completely honest with you. I'm probably never going to watch these, but they had them, and I am obsessed with Sleepy Hollow, so I picked up the first 3 seasons of Sleepy Hollow. Now, here's the thing with Sleepy Hollow. It's not a great show. I'm not a fan of the adaptation. I'm not a fan of most of the choices they make in this show. But again, I'm kind of a completist, and I was like, well, I love Sleepy Hollow. I'm trying to collect everything Sleepy Hollow that I can, so I picked these up. They are on DVD as well. It's the only DVDs I picked up for Black Friday, and probably some of the last DVDs I will ever buy in my life on purpose, because I don't really like the 720 quality. You know, it's just the pixels for me. The 1080p is, you know, or 4K. 4K, obviously, but it's more expensive. It's a whole thing. Okay, let's move on. Now, speaking of 4K, I picked up 4 movies on 4K this year, but I didn't actually go to a physical store to buy them because the world is changing and you can do most of your Black Friday deals online. And even after I went on Best Buy online and I bought these 4 movies, I still went to Best Buy to see what kind of deals they would have, and they did not have those same deals in the store. I was like, are you kidding? This is only a Black Friday online. It was weird. But I got all these movies for really cheap in comparison to what they normally are. 4Ks can be anywhere between $20 and $30. So I'm excited to talk to you about these guys, and we're going to start at the top. And that is a movie that I can't wait to put my eyes on. I can't wait to see the visual feast on 4K that is Interstellar. I love this movie. Space has always captivated me. One of my first movies I ever saw in my life was actually one of the first movies I saw in the theaters, what I should say. I saw a lot of movies when I was younger, but when I was in theaters, one of the first movies I saw was Lost in Space. And it's not a great movie, but seeing space on the big screen just forever ingrained that I would love the concept of space in movies. Interstellar is one of those movies that I absolutely love. I love the concept of time, but also space travel. It's just so unique. And then there's that Matt Damon stuff. You guys know what I'm talking about. So Interstellar on 4K. Can't wait to pop this in and just let the visual feast affect my eyes. Moving on, guys, we have The Northman. The Northman is a movie that came out this year, and it is one of my favorite movies that came out this year. And I wanted it on 4K because it was so visually, it was visually beautiful to watch in the theater, and I wanted that same experience. And you just can't get that same experience unless you get it on 4K. I did the same thing with The Green Knight. I thought it visually was a good looking movie. Didn't love it. Then I bought it on 4K and I watched it, and honestly, the visuals get me there. Like, I think that Green Knight 4K copy is one of the cleanest transfers I've ever seen in my life, and I'm hoping for the same with The Northman. Moving on, guys. Also, Anya Taylor-Joy is in this. Oh my God. Okay, moving on, guys. We have Poltergeist. Poltergeist is a movie that I've only seen one time in my life. I was very young when I saw it. I don't remember a ton about it, but this was on like super sale on Best Buy, and so I picked up Poltergeist on 4K. Like, I wanted this in my collection anyway, but since I can have it on 4K, why not? I heard the transfer is awesome. Finally, the last 4K that I bought on Black Friday, well, Black Friday sales. This one I bought like a couple days before, but it is Edge of Tomorrow, Live, Die, Repeat. they didn't send me a slipcover. I'm pissed. I prefer slipcovers. Just send me the goddamn slipcover. Is it that difficult to ask for? I bought the movie. Anyway, I got it at a super discount though, and Edge of Tomorrow is one of my favorite sci-fi movies I've ever seen. It is legitimately like Groundhog Day meets alien sci-fi action movie. You could just imagine every single time Tom Cruise dies, he wakes up and has to relive the same day where he goes to war with the aliens until he figures out a way to beat them. And now I'll get to see it in 4K, and I'm really looking forward to that in my movie theater room. This is probably one of the movies I'm going to watch. I got like a week of vacation coming up at the end of December because of the holidays, things like that. And I'm going to watch this by myself. Like just, I'm going to watch this. It's going to be beautiful. That's what I do for fun. I might be lame. Let's move on. Before I get into the absolute last movie that I bought for Black Friday, the one I saved for the end, I want to take another drink of Pure Leaf tea. Pure Leaf tea. They don't sponsor me, but they should. Now, as we get into the last movie, guys, I have to warn you, it is a Steelbook. You guys know how I feel about Steelbooks. The art is gorgeous, but I don't always feel like upgrading because most of the time it's just Blu-ray to Blu-ray, and it's like, well, I already have this transfer. It's not doing anything for my eyes. But I found Inception on Steelbook, and look at this Steelbook. It's just awesome. There's the cave toward the end of the movie where they have to break into his mind. There's the Inception, all the buildings moving around. There's nothing inside the case, a little disappointing. I saved this for last because I think Steelbooks are beautiful, and I think that movies are art, and I believe that sometimes the cases they come in are art as well. And this will look beautiful on my shelf, although most of the time people will just see that. But they can take it off my shelf with my supervision and look at how beautiful the Steelbook for Inception is. And so guys, that's my Black Friday deals. I hope you enjoyed this video. Did you get a chance to go out and find any Black Friday deals? If you did, put those in the comment section down below. Even if you got to go out and like buy a toaster. Maybe that was your Black Friday this year. You're like, hey, I need a toaster. Mine's broken. I'm going to go out on Black Friday and find one. Did you do that? If you did, go down to this comment section and let me know. Also, did you do any Black Friday shopping online? Did you do more online? Like I did more technically, but I only went to one store for my media. But that's what I'm most interested in, guys. If you got media, what kind of media did you get? Physical copies, of course. Put that in the comment section down below. I'd love to know. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like and the share button. And finally, don't forget to subscribe to my channel because it's almost December, and I have at least one review coming a weekend, one holiday special for you guys, and a couple of special videos toward the end of the month. You guys know what it's going to be. It's best of, worst of. It's 2022 coming to a close. Don't forget to hit the bell on the subscribe button so you can get all the updates immediately when they drop. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see y'all next time.